And now, kicking off our Limitless Innovation Scholarship Finals, please join me in giving a big virtual round of applause as we welcome to the stage from Fusion Global Academy, 11th grader Jack Pavan.
Welcome, Fusion family, fellow contestants, and judges. I'm Jack Pavan, an 11th grader in my 4th year at Fusion Global Academy, and the proud voice behind Fusion events like graduations, Winterfests, and student council gatherings. Fusion has provided me with an incredible one-to-one education from the comfort of my home, which has been crucial for my health. But I have to be real, something's missing. Despite the many clubs and events offered, there's a notable gap in the mosaic: increased, authentic, peer-to-peer connections and streamlined systems. Today, students juggle multiple logins between portals for homework, class schedules, communications, and social interactions. Now, imagine with me a world where every student at Fusion is connected, engaged, and empowered by a single transformative tool. A tool that streamlines their day and revolutionizes the entire school experience. I'm here today, inspired by the Limitless Scholarship opportunity, to present you my solution. Enter the Fusion Universe app. This one-stop solution serves as a central repository for all Fusion-related information, including academic schedules, assignments, club activities, chats, and personalized social networks. It reimagines the traditional student portal by infusing it with dynamic, modern features that blend academic necessities with the social engagement that today's students crave. First, with the all-new Fusion Friend Finder, you'll instantly connect with like-minded peers. This sophisticated new feature matches students based on interests, hobbies, and location, connecting like-minded peers across the globe and campuses. This facilitates new friendships. Because of all the Fusion campuses and global community, I just know there are more peers to connect with. I'm also introducing Fusion Universe's integrated chat system, which allows students and teachers to interact in real time, complete with intuitive red-green status indicators that signal availability. This fosters prompt academic support and genuine peer-to-peer connections, rather than waiting for an email reply. Meanwhile, a new reminder system is also introduced, offering incentives and prizes for on-time homework, prompt attendance, and participation, because let's face it, teens like me love free Fusion merch and incentives. These new systems are expected to increase attendance, improve assignment completion rates, and enhance extracurricular participation. But the magic doesn't stop there. This solution acknowledges that every student learns in a unique way. By enhancing the current Mindprint assessment in today's one-to-one instruction with a custom learning profile questionnaire, it tailors resources to each student's strengths and preferences, whether they thrive with hands-on projects or excel in test settings. Then, by adding customizable dashboards, avatars, and themes, students can express themselves, take ownership of their learning, and grow with confidence. But it's not just about organization, it's about community. And that's where the Fusion News Network comes in. I'm proposing FusionGram, a safe space to share photos and moments. Think Instagram, but private to Fusion. Fusion Fanzine, a student-run newsletter showcasing insights, creativity, and voices from across our Fusion community. And Fusion Frequency, a video platform where students can perform, create, and share their passions. Think YouTube, but private. Fusion Universe is a scalable, data-driven platform, transforming education through real-time insights and continuous improvement. By turning student behavior into actionable data, it empowers smarter decisions that boost performance, satisfaction, and retention. Built in agile 2-week sprints with student feedback, the team would rapidly prototype a user-friendly app that delivers measurable impact from day one. At its core, this app embodies excellence, passion, innovation, and courage, the epic values that define Fusion. We're not just launching an app, we're creating a legacy of connection, engagement, and empowerment. And hey, Fusion executives, by bringing these ideas to life, it isn't just a platform upgrade, it's a game changer for students. When they feel seen, supported, and inspired, they stay longer, achieve more, and champion your brand. That emotional connection drives retention, builds community, and turns engagement into growth, reducing marketing costs and raising Fusion's status as the gold standard in education. And I passionately want this to be my legacy at Fusion. Now, imagine being part of this revolutionary journey. Together, we can transform the educational landscape, empower every student, and set a new benchmark for what it means to learn, connect, and thrive in education. Join me in making this vision a reality. How epic would that be? Thank you for your time and consideration.
All right, excellent. We are going to bring back our amazing judges, and we are going to be opening up the floor in this order. So first up for Jack, we have the amazing Brian Lively. Let's get Brian back on the virtual stage. And Brian, we will start with you.
Jack, first off, congratulations. Wow, is all I have to say. I mean, really, really well done. Fantastic presentation. You should definitely take the voice to newscasting somewhere that will value and take that and bottle it up. But just awesome. First question I have for you, though, is where did you start with this grandiose idea? Because there's a lot here. So what was the starting point for you to come up with the Universe app?
Well, the original idea came from my years here at Fusion and interacting with everyone, including my brother, who's actually here at Fusion as well. And just unfortunately not having that distinct peer-to-peer connection with other people here at Fusion. I'm very lucky to have worked with lots of students, but more as colleagues, and I haven't been able to kind of make those genuine friendships and connections, even though Fusion offers so many wonderful things. So I wanted to really incorporate, and that's where the Friend Finder really comes in. And then, of course, streamline those systems, and of course, add those different academic features so that everyone at Fusion can express themselves in their own unique way and just kind of use it as that perfect tool for your time here at Fusion.
Awesome, thank you. And I think anything or with anything in technology, there's a nice roadmap of kind of building that out, right? With all of the different ideas that you have within the app, what would be the place, where would you start? Like, what would be the first thing that you'd want to make sure that you could launch to the entire group?
Yeah, I think that number one thing is that Friend Finder. I mean, It's going to build the community at Fusion. It's going to allow students here to connect with other students from all over the campuses, all over the globe. And that's one of Fusion's key strengths. I mean, there are students everywhere. So having that Friend Finder is going to be imperative.
Great. Tell me about a little bit about your experience with your mentor and what was one way that they helped you really excel your presentation for today.
Yeah, well, of course, I want to thank my mentor, Mike Wang, first and foremost. So thank you so much, Mike. It was a great experience working with him. And the number one thing that he helped me with was really making my submissions more concise and punctual to be able to present here today. I mean, quite frankly, I had 5 minutes, but there's so much other detail that I couldn't even necessarily put into this presentation. But Mike helped so much with getting it to where it is today and allowing me to present to you.
Amazing. Jack, job well done. I'm going to pass it over to Ruben.
On mute. Congratulations, Jack. That was a heck of a presentation there. You're very polished, speak eloquently.
I appreciate it.
Congratulations for making it to this point.
Thank you.
My questions are around executing and bringing this to fruition. You know, piggybacking off what Brian said, bringing the Friend Finder to life.
Yes.
You're in a space now, we have AI technology available to us.
Yes.
That, to me, is what's going to help this type of a project come quicker. So one year from now, with the influence of AI, where do you see this impacting the school? Where do you see your role running or looking back at this when you have moved on from the Fusion Academy?
Yeah, well, thank you so much for your question. And I think it's really important because there's kind of two parts to that question, or to my answer rather. The first thing is that AI is, now integrated within our daily lives, ChatGPT, Gemini, all of these different things. So of course, they build code too. So I absolutely think that AI could be utilized in order to build this app. And the other really big thing that I wanted to do was involve the students. So students to be able to beta test this, students that might have a technological background to help in design and programming and building this out. And AI can be right alongside with that. Of course, the whole thing's not going to be built with AI, but I think it is a valuable tool, and I totally get what you're saying.
And what barriers do you face implementing this, getting it started?
Yeah, I think the biggest barrier, which is not necessarily, I don't want to phrase it as it's not a problem, it's of course just a little thing, is potentially the budget. You know, as of right now, I don't have a fixed number for the budget. And I think it would be unfair to do that because ideally I would love to build a team of stakeholders, if you will, or sharks, who would be able to help me design and build this app. And I don't think I couldn't in good conscience give you just a number. I think that's something that would need to be developed and worked along this roadmap.
Awesome. That's a fair assumption. And lastly, what was the ultimate challenge in you crafting this project, this idea, and delivering this to us today?
Yeah, I think the number one problem, which, as I said before, Mike helped me with, was turning this grand, really major idea into something actionable and concise. I had, I think, something like 36 slides and a 25-minute presentation in my first submission. And so getting it down to where it is now was so important. And also really just, I want to reiterate the importance of the community aspect that this app is going to have, and kind of bringing everything that Fusion has and will have with this app together into one global community was really super important.
Awesome. Well, thank you. I do see some relevance in looking at what Facebook has done. MySpace way back in the day, for
Of
those
course,
that know
yeah.
about it. Instagram, YouTube. You start
Yeah,
bringing some of these elements that are in our world today, but making it more personal and private for your school, and in sense, giving you that tight knit community with some
absolutely.
protection from the outside
Of
world.
course, yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you.
Jack, thank you so much for bringing this to life, for sharing it so wonderfully. Really, really incredible. And clearly a ton of work and thoughtfulness has gone into building it out and presenting it to us. So thank you.
Of course, well, thank you.
Yeah. So I had a question around you did a great job in how you would build this from the tech end on the team side.
Mhm.
Was there any thought given to how you would execute it from a personnel standpoint, or who the leads would be in terms of bringing that friend finder to life and getting students onboarded? And so if I sum it up a little bit more, like how would you attract, like what would be your plan to attract users? If you're focusing on launching Friend Finder first, how are you going to amplify that and get the users that you want?
Yeah, definitely. I think the first part of your question, I definitely have outlined several key people that would help develop this app, so project managers, programmers, etc. And I think for attracting people and really getting this thing used, one of the things that I would really love to have happen if this app is introduced, or the Friend Finder, whatever it might be, is to build this into kind of the student orientation. So new incoming students could automatically have this app. And I've really always thought of it as a sword and shield, right? So something that you'll be able to use, that Friend Finder, everything. And so, of course, it's going to take advertising, it's going to take marketing, it's going to take reaching out to the existing student base, but I think wrapping it into the orientation could be helpful.
No, that's a great call out in a way that you can introduce inbound students to the community and onboard them. I will say you did bring up a great point, something to share with thinking in terms of budget that Ruben asked about, and that you clearly have thought about. It's great that you've given a great thought. I mean, this is a very big platform. You have a few businesses, a few platforms in this one idea, which is incredible.
Yes.
I had actually built an app a handful of years ago, and something to think about when you refine this um, down the road. Just keep in mind that it does cost as much to take a feature out as it does to build one to put it in, right? And so streamlining, and I like that you called that out. You know, hey, I would want to start specifically in this channel, as you mentioned, the friend finder, to really test and iterate and build. So that was a great call out, a question I had, but you called that out and something to think about. Overall, what would you say was a good key learning from this experience for yourself as a student, as an entrepreneur? Like what did you maybe learn about yourself and your big takeaway from this?
Yeah, I mean, the number one thing was just learning to take feedback and bouncing different ideas off of different people. I collaborated a lot with Mike. I collaborated a lot with my family, especially my brother, even my uncle Mark, who's the senior operations manager at JDRF Electromag, which is a Toronto-based AI startup company, and he helped with some of the development tips and how to develop an app. Really just taking mentorship and advice and implementing that within my presentation, my slideshow, everything to do with that. And then even more personally, just I've always loved doing this, getting in front of the screen here today and presenting. And so just working on those skills is always amazing. And I'm so grateful to be here and to do this for you today.